I'm Trey Casimir, and I'm an American acupuncturist. For today's installation, I want to talk a little bit about the symbols that we use, and this will work into the earth element and thought and dampness. In the West, in the rational West, we especially use numbers and words to describe reality. Numbers and words are black on a white background, very concrete. You can say a lot with numbers and words. I love numbers and I love words. I'm a big fan of math. I'm always doing math and enjoy it. And also I'm a big word guy. I love writing, I love talking. But we make the mistake of thinking that words and numbers can describe all of reality, and plainly it's not true. But this is a very pervasive, unexamined assumption in Western society, that everything can be quantified, everything can be articulated. And we tie ourselves in knots making these quantifications that then don't match up with the reality, or articulating something that makes sense but isn't true. And this is a big problem, and I would say it's the problem in the West. In general, the rational West is overbalanced toward the mind. One of the aspects of body, mind, spirit medicine is that each aspect of life has something to teach us. And if we overbalance everything toward the mind, we take away opportunities to learn from our bodies and to learn from our spirits. Part of how this works is with the symbols we choose to describe reality. So in the West, we use numbers and words. They're black symbols on a white background, and they're very concrete. I love them both. I love math, I love words. I've been a writer a long time. I'm always doing math and enjoy it. But we make the mistake of thinking that we can quantify everything. We can articulate everything, and it's not true. Furthermore, we have such a strong assumption that this is the case that we're constantly tying ourselves in knots by quantifying something, and then it doesn't actually fit reality, but we stick with that quantification. Or we articulate something, and even though it makes sense, it's not true. And we hold tight to the words instead of looking for the truth around it. This especially shows up in my acupuncture practice with people who come to see me, desperate people, usually in pain, who say, I just want to know my diagnosis. I just want to know what I have. Really what they mean is, I just want to feel better. I just want to get back to my life. But the way they articulate it to themselves is, I just want to know what I have. And sometimes this can really interfere with healing. The worst case is when somebody says, well, I don't know if acupuncture helped me. And this is infuriating to me, because this person has already tried everything, or they wouldn't have come to see an acupuncturist in the first place. They come to see me with a problem they've had for years perhaps. I treat them once or twice. Nothing in their life is different except acupuncture, and still they refuse to acknowledge that it may have helped them. So again, this is aggravating to me as a practitioner. I don't need people to jump up and down and tell me I'm a hero, but it's nice to be appreciated. But even more for the patient's sake, you want to know what helps you so that you can keep on doing it, or so you can come back to it in the future if you have the problem again. And if you refuse to acknowledge the truth of something simply because you can't articulate it, you can't quantify it, you can't put it into words that your mind can understand, then you're really limiting yourself. And this becomes a much bigger problem when a whole civilization does that, because then the civilization can say, well, I don't know why all those animals went extinct. I don't know why the climate's changing so much. And so this thing that is, a personal aggravation, if it's just an individual doing it, when a whole society does it, it can have really enormous consequences. I want to be clear, this isn't a political point of view. People on the left and people on the right are equally likely to do this thing of creating a quantification or creating an articulation and then holding on to those black and white symbols instead of looking for the depth of existence that those symbols represent. I think that's enough for today. Thank you for watching. Take good care.